This is Stephanie, and this is the Mocha Minutes Podcast. Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I just wanted to let you know about something that's a little new here at the Mocha Minutes Podcast. We are now participating in Buy Me a Coffee. So if you haven't heard, buymeacoffee.com is a place where you can show some support and some love monetarily to some of your favorite content creators. That includes me. So it's in the increments of either $1, $3, or $5, and you can do as many as you would like. So I just wanted to let you guys know, would love some support. So if you would go to buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. It will also be in the show notes. Okay, here we go. From the day we arrive on the planet and blinking, step into the sun, there's more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. There's far too much to take in here, more to find than can ever be found. But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless round. It's the circle of life, and it moves us all through despair and hope, through faith and love, till we find our place on the path unwinding in the circle of life. Hello, welcome to the Mocha Minutes Podcast. This is Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be quite honest. When it came to this week's earworm, it was between Circle of Life from The Lion King and Mother Earth and Father Time from Charlotte's Web. If you know, you know. So thank you so much for coming on back. I'm just saying, I'm getting back in the groove. I will let y'all know right now. Cookimus, Maximus, aka Cook from Highly Inappropriate, will be coming to the show. So Cookimus, Maximus. Cannot wait till she gets here. We have some things to unpack because, this election cycle is cycling. Folks are folksing. Stuff is happening. So she has to come through here. And we're just going to talk about some things. But I think this may be, hopefully, fingers crossed, the last solo episode I'll be doing for a little while, because I want to get back into the groove. I got some people on the list. I'm saying, please let me know your availability. And some people I've not reached out to. They don't know who they are yet, but I'm going to be reaching out to them because I want to hit them. I want to talk to them. Whether it's in, my little girls from Potomac are coming back. Roni is back. Watch the premiere. Got several thoughts. I'm not doing Bravo. I know today. I think because now we're getting back to the swing, and when Potomac comes back up on Sunday, we will be up to 3, I believe. Salt Lake, Roni. Wait, no, it's going to be 4. But OC is, I think Pat's would make points. We got 4. So we got Roni, OC, Salt Lake, and Potomac. And I believe OC is at the latter half of their season. And I say thank goodness. But I will say, as much as I've sat here on, this is the gear I've been shifted into since beginning. Shannon Bedore is better than me. Shannon better than me. She is. Jennifer is now where I am. I'm like, Jennifer and Shannon are better than me. And I'm loving Emily this season. Mm. Um, as much as I thank goodness this season's ending, it's one of the better seasons. I really am loving Emily this season. I really am. I really, really, really do love Emily this season. And I'm loving her interviews. And I love the freaking frack of Emily and Gina, even though me and Gina, we gonna have to have a little convo because she kind of got on my nerves a little bit. But I like when she's with Emily because it's like Emily balances her out. But again, I think what's gonna happen is that I might just have Bravo high notes episodes with some of my fave people I like to talk about Bravo with, and they know who they are. All right. So I picked the Circle of Life E1 because kind of sad that we have lost whoa, quite a few folks in the last couple of weeks. Now, um, I did Circle of Life, but I also James O. Jones, Jones passed away. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm trying to get this straight. Passed away a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't talk about it. Um, but yeah, it was kind of like it was sad. Then for some odd reason, and I'm gonna say odd reason, um, it it then became a stretch of us losing folks. And it threw me off only because I'm like, I'm sorry. I just I don't know. It's kind of like it's like a I don't know how I feel. I really don't. I really don't know how I feel about these passings. So actually I do know how I feel. So let's see. The passings that we have been told about. So if you did not hear, um James Amos, aka the King of Zamunda, aka James Evans from Good Times, passed away at the age of 84. He has he had a good life. He had a long life. There's a story I want to talk about because if you have been in the shade room comments or just on the internet, you may know there's a little bit of about his around his family. Cause my God, Lord have mercy. So there's that. Sorry. Oh gosh, why can't I see now? Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. This is for allergies, people. Do you get? Yeah, I get teary up so bad, and like I can't say nothing. Yeah, that's me right now. All right, so there's that. Um, James O. Jones. I'm sorry, James O. Jones. Yes, John Amos, 84. Ken Page, aka Mr. Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas, has passed away. Oof. And the thing about it is, okay, this is a sidebar. So I went to go see Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Complicated feelings about it because I don't know if I felt a, I don't know if I didn't get the feels that I did watching the first Beetlejuice. I thought it would be like a little bit more nostalgia, and it kind of wasn't. Ken Page was 70 when he passed. So in Beetlejuice, there is a scene called the Soul Train, and it's literally every stereotype about blackness. And if you hear Soul Train, it's like, okay, so that means basically you did a scene about Soul Train. If you thought that's what it was, you are absolutely correct because that's exactly what happened. I didn't like it when I saw it in the movie theater. I was like, really? But then I thought about something. Tim Burton has been lambasted and poked improded about the fact that it doesn't like I think it was one of his movies where there were no literally it was a monochromatic, aka all white cast. And he did not like when people were trying to tell him um basically he doubled down on why he doubled down on not picking black people to be in his films. And there's a reason. So when I saw that clip in Beetlejuice, first thing I thought was, let me get this straight. You can't hire black characters, but you have no problem putting black stereotypes in your films. Okay, girl. But anyway, Kim Page was the voice of Mr. Oogie Boogie in The Nightmare Before Christmas, which was directed, and I mean it's an animated film or stop motion. I'm not exactly sure what it's classified. You know who would know? At least two men that I know named Brandon, who could probably tell me if it animated or stop motion. Yeah, Kim Page was Mr. Oogie Boogie. Yeah, you can count on you probably if you think about like stuff for Tim Burton films, you're probably going to count on one hand how many black people he's had in these films, and that's collectively. But yeah, let me go. So Kim Page passed away, yeah, at 70. Wow. And the thing about this, I'm going to look this up because I know he's been in other stuff. Um, the one that kind of threw me off, and I was just like, girl, what is happening right now? Is the Kembe Matumbo. Now, if you look again, everybody who knows me, y'all laugh. I'm being dead ass serious when I say this. I don't watch the shooting hoops. However, comma, if you are a big name, I probably know who the hell you're talking about. So, Dikembe Mutombo, Mr. When it comes to the shooting hoops, he passed away and he was 58. Like 5'8". When I tell you, I was sitting here like, wait, time out. I was like, he was only 58 years old. I literally thought Dikembe Mutombo was older only because of how long it's been since he has played basketball and how much I really thought that I knew about basketball. I don't. Let me tell you something. I know. I know. But yeah, it kind of shook me when he said 58. Other thing, I did not. So these were people who passed a few weeks ago. About a month ago, Fat Man Scoop passed away. He passed away on August 30th. Um, if you enjoy the music or the hippie hops, you know that voice. And believe me, a lot of the songs that I know him for are bops. Batman Scoop is only one a bop. So rest in paradise for him. I mentioned James Earl Jones. Frankie Beverly passed away. I don't know, on September 10th. I'm not exactly sure why. I'm like, it's like, oh. And the thing about it is, it's like, what happens to Maze? It's like, so is the band over? Because it's called Frankie Beverly and Maze. So I don't know if y'all want to continue the band. It's kind of like Sade, who is the lead singer of. So Sade, if anybody doesn't know this, Sade is a group. It's not a like you only see one person, but they are a group. Sade, the woman named Sade is the lead singer of the band. I think they consider themselves a band, but Sade's a band. It goofed me when I found it out as an adult. I was like, oh crap! I thought Sade was just a person. No, it's a whole group. Funny to me, but not funny. But yeah, I wondered, like, it's like Sade, they're like, yeah, so basically they're like, Sade's over if she is, like, the group Sade is going to be over because the lead singer is not. What happened? This is what I think about Frankie Beverly and Maze. Rest in heaven of Frankie Beverly, the soundtrack of every cookout during the year, not even during the summer, during the damn year. Okay, so there's that. So, Lord have mercy. Oh, so let's see. We got Ken Page, and I'm going to look up more stuff because I think. Oh, okay. So here's the other thing. Um, you may know him as Mr. Oogie Boogie, but also if you've ever seen, I just realized I knew I recognized that voice. That man has a golden throat. Um, Ken Page also was the voice of the Gator in All Dogs Go to Heaven, if you've never seen it before. So just see. Let's see. Ooh, I feel like Maggie Smith has has transitioned as well. And it just made me want to say, okay, good night, puppet. Maggie Smith has been in a lot. She, oh, if you watched Downton Abbey, she was in that. If you watched any of the Harry Potter movies, she's in that. If you the movie Hook, which gets so much shit, but it's not as bad as people think it is. um, so there's that. Uh, Maggie Smith, yeah, Harry from in my mind, of recent. Um, Downton Abbey, Harry Potter, Hook. I mean, Hook is not recent, but that's in my mind. But I also think about her. Um, it's a movie called Secrets of the Yaya Sisterhood. She's in one of she's plays one of the friends of the main character's mother. She's walking around with a oxygen tube and tubing, and I still love the fact where Sandra Bullock is also in this movie, and um she's arguing with her, and Meg says, "You want to get all scrappy? You can get scrappy with me." When I tell you, first time I saw that, it cracked me up. I was like, "I'm sorry, scrappy cracked me up." Um, so there was that. Ooh, I'm sorry, Maggie Smith passed away. Sorry, yeah. And Sheila Jackson Lee, the Honorable Congressman Sheila Jackson Lee, huge, huge, huge um, proponent of democracy, very big pillar, will be missed. I'm going to say this for everybody. If you are on the Instagrams, I would suggest you follow JP, P's and Paul, Designs Art. When I tell you this young man makes some of the most beautiful content. It's like he does beautiful content, but he definitely does wonderfully for people who have passed. It's beautiful. He even did one for his own father. I feel like I want to ask him to create one for my dad. I might DM him and ask, but we'll ask. I'm like, I'm not sure how much this will cost. I kind of don't care because I know it's going to be great. But just ask him, can I commission him to create something like this? Because it is stunning. So it is JP Designs Art. And I'm going to put his information in. I'm going to put his IG handle in the show notes so that you can see, because I would suggest y'all follow him. Okay. That's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in a short stretch. And I was just like, I literally, it's somebody else. I'm sorry. I think if he's a baseball player, Pete Rose also passed away. I was in a meeting and I said, "Oh, James, I mentioned James. Oh, I'm sorry, James. Excuse me. John Amos passed, and the person's like, John Amos died. I'm like, it just happened, and it was just like, it's a lot of, there's a lot about death. Now, mind you, people die, people pass and transition every day. Excuse me, every day. But it just seemed like this weird uptick of people passing. And I said, look here, if everybody's getting called home, I hope I don't miss the train. Jesus, please don't let me be left behind. Because I was like, wait a minute, what's happening? So yeah, those are a lot of deaths. It's a lot of like notifications of passings. So when I tell you, when they mentioned Jimmy Carter, I said, girl, nope. But no, Jimmy Carter did not pass. Jimmy Carter turned 100. He is the first former president to do so. Jimmy Carter said a few months ago that he's trying to hold on so he can vote in November. So keep Jimmy Carter on the altar, honey, because he is trying. Um, oh, thank you. Um, he is trying to hold on so he can vote in November. President Jimmy Carter, the peanut farmer, Yeah, just keep them on your list of people you're praying for. He made it to 100, which nope, I'm not gonna go down that thing. Not going to go down that hill because it's like, ooh, think about the people that I have lost and probably people you have lost who have not made it to 100. Okay. Ooh. All right. Just a moment of silence for those who have passed and transition. Okay. So let's head off this way. Now I mentioned John Amos. Oh boy. And well, who are they? Oh, side note, before I mention John Stamos, let me take out something. Carlos Kane turned 55 on October 2nd. And if you are not surprised that he is a Libra, I have a vineyard in California. It's like, nope, totally makes sense. Never mind. Let me shut up. But him being an October Libra, I forgot that part. Not surprised the Libra part, the October Libra. So anyway, so John Amos, I mentioned John Amos because back and forth, there have been things going out about his family and the arguments about his estate. Is he being taken care of because he was a little bit sick? Is he being taken care of? Um, so as well as I think his wife, his daughter. It's been a lot going on. Okay, so something came out today that said his daughter said that his daughter Belinda, I'm sorry, his daughter Shannon said that she found out that her father passed on within social media. So she found out when the news came out. And I am just like, wait, make, excuse me. I oh I really hope this is not true. But let me just give you all the story. It's just I'm going to read the one from the Hollywood Reporter, and it says John Amos's daughter Shannon has revealed she learned about her father's death through the media. We are devastated. So they're reporting it. And I also have the Instagram post that she put up. I saw this video. I didn't have the sound on. I thought it was just a random person. Did not realize it was his daughter Shannon, and now I feel horrible. I don't know what I would do if I found out my father died, and I found out through the media. We are devastated and left with many questions about how this happened 45 days ago, learning about it through media like so many of you. Amos, best known for playing the patriarch James Evans Sr. on Good Times, died in LA on August 21st at 84. You know what's really funny? Just heard about, so it's interesting that this happened August 21st and it just was announced October 1st. So this is very interesting. His death from natural causes was announced by his son KC on October 1st. Shannon Amos added on Instagram, "This should be a time of honoring and celebrating his life, yet we are struggling to navigate the wave of emotions and uncertainties surrounding his passing. Still, there is some semblance of peace in knowing my father is finally free." The Hollywood Reporter in the November 2023 feature, on this feature, read it. Me and Cookimus Maximus is going to talk about this. Hold back the veil in the acrimonious battle between Amos's children as they fought each other over their father's canon. Okay, you know what? I am not looking for that feature. My soul can't take that right now. I don't think my soul can ever take that. Hold back the veil in the acrimonious battle between Amos's children as they fought each other over their father's care and his legacy, with Shannon Amos publicly accusing her brother Casey of elder abuse, a claim he denied. In that November story, Shannon Amos, an entertainer entertainment executive turned medicinal healer, told THR she supplied extensive documentation to law enforcement agencies in Colorado and New Jersey to investigate her claims of Casey's elder abuse, that over time her brother consolidated authority over their father and his affairs, as well as isolating him from members of his inner circle. This has not only affected me, but his grandchildren, his nieces, people he worked with, and friends he had for decades. Shannon Amos contended that her brother had impersonated their father in communications, disregarded his medical needs, mishandled his finances, and exploited and eroded his legacy, all of which her brother rejected. Casey, who has been developing a documentary about his father titled America's Dad, told THR that his sister has engaged in a Baroque crusade of character assassination in the hope of making him seem, as he puts it, unfit. So the video she put up, she put up a picture of her and her dad, and this is the caption. I am without words. Our family has received the heartbreaking news that my dad, John Allen Amos Jr., transitioned on August 21st. We are devastated and left with many questions about how this happened 45 days ago, learning about it through the media like so many of you. Yeah, because that's literally how they found out. So apparently um, there's also a family statement. So someone by the name of Amy Galley posted this that looks like it may be from Facebook. Please note that the statement is being released by the collective family and close friends of John Amos. It is with profound sadness and distress that we must share the circumstances surrounding our father's passing. He was a loving man who brought light into the lives of many. However, our family only learned of his death through media reports, only to discover he actually passed away 45 days ago. Shockingly, we were not notified, nor were any family members informed. This tragic news has left us in shock and heartache. We do not have a death certificate, nor do we know where or why he died, but we know he was suffering from congestive heart failure and dementia. We fear he was likely cremated to avoid any potential investigation into the conditions surrounding his final days. Over the past year, John Amos was isolated from his family and close friends by Kelly, Casey Amos, Eugene Brummett, and Belinda Foster. Despite our repeated attempts to maintain contact, Casey prevented access to him, controlled and monitored his calls, and severed ties. Excuse me. He's John's daughter, Shannon Amos, his brother, Leslie Sill Franklin. Yeah. His grandchildren, Kiera Colston and Jazz Williams, his business manager, Paul Baldassar, his goddaughter, Amy Gowdy. Oh, Amy Gowdy's his goddaughter. Okay, I thought it was a random person. Amy is his goddaughter. His niece, Sherry Corson, his former accountant, and other close family members, friends, and loved ones. Casey portrayed an image of a close father-son relationship on social media, but the reality was far more complex. Hold on. Boop. Our father suffered from dementia, and Casey often gave John verbal prompts to create a narrative on social media that was not reflective of the truth. We were deeply concerned that our father may have been neglected and isolated during his final days, as we received photos from concerned neighbors and a medical professional. One photo even prompted an elder abuse investigation to no avail. The situation mirrors Shannon and Casey's mother passing. Oh boy. Casey also prevented family members from being present and making decisions together. Shannon fought to be by her mother's side and ensure she had agency over her final days. The family also questioned why no medical professionals, coroner, or authorities informed us of his passing. I think I might know the reason to that, but and why Casey did not notify any family member directly. So, sidebar. If, and this is what it sounds like he was, power of attorney was Casey, the coroner they only really have to talk about next kin or person has power of attorney. And technically that's Casey. So it really is Casey's responsibility to notify additional family members. So it's really, they questions why no medical professionals, coroner authorities. That is probably the reason why. If Casey was considered next of kin or power of attorney, that's the reason why. But if there's anybody in there who does state law or anything like this, you can actually please DM me and say what you can actually roll actually me on this, and that's totally fine. Yeah. We believe there are critical questions that need answers, especially since we believe Casey likely made the decision to have John Amos cremated without the family knowledge. We suspect these actions may have been taken to alter potential wills and contact life insurance or other benefits. This is made even more concerning by Casey's struggles with addiction. Oh, girl. And medical health issues, as well as his previous arrests. While we mourn the loss of our beloved father, we are also saddened and outraged by Casey Amos's actions. We refuse to rule out the possibility of foul play, especially given the involvement of two individuals, Eugene Brummer and Belinda Foster, who claims to have been John's spokesperson, who we believe may have taken advantage of his vulnerability as an elder at a time when we should be grieving and celebrating our father's remarkable life. We find ourselves in the unfortunate position of seeking justice and clarity. Yeah, that's a lot. Um, yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot going on. Um, this makes me very sad. Oh, because also in someone took a screenshot from her story. They did. They took a screenshot from her story. So this is from Shannon's. This is from Shannon's IG story. Not sure when this was. She posted this probably today or yeah. I haven't looked at her thing, but from official Shannon Amos, someone was in the ER the night my father died and pretended to be his daughter. I'm his only daughter. We believe it was Belinda Foster, the woman who's posing as the woman also posing as his publicist. He died alone without family. Anyone who knows anything, please DM me. Any info shared will be confidential. Girl, this is gonna be a mess. This is a mess already, and I just, ugh. Yeah, the whole hate passed in August. Now, I don't know if it's like certain, yeah, he passed in August. The thing about it is like, how is this not found out? I don't know. I don't know. But that is just awful. Mm. I just, wow. It's just, that is very, very sad. That's the only thing. God, that's sad. God, that is sad. Sad, 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 and just awful. I just, mm, it's just awful. It really is. It really is. And I just want peace. The thing about it is because everything is so contentious, it's kind of hard to have peace when something is so contentious like this. And it's been contentious for a while. So let's talk about something. Sorry, let's talk about something happy after that. I enjoyed the Beyonce Levi's commercial. And if people think it's like, oh my God, you're doing too much, I'm like, that is a recreation of an old Levi's commercial, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it was Cindy Crawford or Brooke Shields. Nope. Because no Brooke Shields. No, Brooke Shields was Calvin T. Did. I think she did Calvin Klein. Sorry. I can't remember what model did the same thing in the Levi's commercial. Because that's old. That's why I was like, this is I love it. The reboot, kind of like Megan Thee Stallion redoing the Pepsi commercial, and they did it just a little bit differently than when it was Britney, Pink, Beyonce, somebody else. Is it Pink? Yes, Britney, Pink, Beyonce, and I think Enrique Iglesias played Caesar. Okay. Also, Millie Bobby Brown got married, and Matthew Modine, who played Papa in Stranger Things, officiated the wedding. I have mixed feelings, but not really, because I'm like, I think that's adorable and I think it's very sweet. Okay. Ooh. So this is mid-key. It isn't, it's not. So yeah, I don't know, should have been higher. So the whole Cardi B um Offset kerfluffle that's going on because they're breaking up. She's doing a live. He is calling her, reducing her down to his not his ex-wife, but his baby mama. He's a like basically she admitted that she cheated back. And then him basically saying, everybody told me, everybody warned me. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, time out, homie. When it was found out that one of the many occasions, you cheated on her, okay? Um, yeah, wasn't that you at one of her concerts coming to interrupt her concert to beg for her back? And I was like, and people are like, oh my God, it's so sweet, take them back. I'm like, absolutely not. Don't do that. Why are you doing all this? Basically to try to make her feel bad and just accept it because people are going to come after her. Now you're doing this whole people warned me. I'm like, oh girl, you were begging for her back last year. When I tell you, no one can tell you when to be done with a situation, with a person, anything. Nobody can tell you that. When you know you are done, there is nothing they can do. Cardi has had just about enough. If this man has, as she has said, cheated on him, cheated on her the entirety they've been together, oh girl, girl, fuck you. She's at girl fuck you level, and I don't blame her. All the best to Cardi B when it comes to Mr. Offset. Someone calls him Mr. Often Cheat. Girl, that really is his name, Mr. Often Cheat. I love it. Because I agree. Wendy Williams has given a statement about Diddy because a lot of people, times like like a lot of the things going on. I'm talking about Cardi B Offset. We're gonna talk about Brett Favre. We're gonna talk like the Diddy stuff. When I tell you this is around the time, it's like, God, man, Wendy would tear this up. When I tell you, everybody's like, I just around this time, everybody's like, man, I wish Wendy was still here because she would say something. So she spoke to the Daily Mail about everything that's going on with Diddy. I think he is still trying to get bail. First of all, again, I didn't know get bail went up to 50. Oh gosh. Okay. I didn't know bail went up to 50,000, $50 million. Girl, girl, girl. Girl, girl, girl. Girl, girl, girl. I didn't know. And they said, no, our state does not need your $50 million. I don't know what state don't need $50 million, but that's another, there. But I could be just wrong in thinking that court fees go to states. Okay, so this is from the Daily Mail. Wendy Williams has spoken out in the wake of Sean Diddy Combs' arrest, claiming it was about time the disgraced rapper was investigated. Heralded for decades as rap royalty, Combs is currently awaiting trial at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center in New York City on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Williams, 60, has always been openly critical of the disgraced music mogul throughout her career, so was unsurprisingly relieved to learn he was being investigated. What is really weird is that I have been told by so many people, Wendy, you called it, she told DailyMail.com exclusively, including some people from my family who have said the same. The popular TV host, who said she was doing good in the wake of her aphasia diagnosis and health concerns, said she was horrified at the video of Combs abusing his then girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hotel lobby. You know how I feel about that? It is about time. To see this video on TV of Cassie getting pummeled, it was just horrific. But now you have to think how many more times, how many men, how many people, how many more women. It's just so horrible. The Wendy Williams show aired its final episode in June 2022 after 13 years without Williams herself making an appearance, which was a complete injustice. And also, they're not all original. You know what? Let me shut up. She previously withdrew from the show in 2021 and embarked on what was initially supposed. What the heck? Oh gosh. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. My screen moved. I don't know if the Daily Mail does this all the time, but oh, okay. She previously withdrew from the show in 2021 and embarked on what was initially supposed to be a temporary leave of absence to cope with health issues. Some fans have since claimed that had Williams still been on air, she would have highlighted the fact that she had warned of his alleged behavior for years. One fan wrote, I truly miss Auntie Wendy Williams. Shout out to Rodney the Voice. On days like today, no one did hot topics like she did. No one. I can almost hear her going off on Puffy, Diddy, and telling us she told us so because she did. Because she's always known, she tried to tell us many times. I hope she's doing better. Don't forget that Wendy Williams told us exactly who Sean Combs was back in 1998, 26 years ago. Over the weekend, an awkward interview with Diddy from the 2017 appearance on the Wendy Williams show resurfaced. The clip showed the controversial rapper talking to Williams about his son, Kevin Hunt Jr., who was 16 at the time. And let me tell you something, as the mother of a now 16-year-old, who I met backstage, he's a great young man. Williams swiftly thanked him for the compliment before appearing to space out and stutter her words. Diddy stared at her. Um, Commentators quickly flocked to the old Kevin noted how cagey Williams was when Diddy mentioned her son, now 24. That was a threat. He's saying, play nice, one wrote. Another said, the way that she hesitated, you know that she knew about him. The way she wanted to say, you stay away from my son. That's very true. Um, yeah, it's like it's very much a when it comes to this stuff, and the article continues on, but it's very much a for people who know, it's a I told y'all so. But the thing about it is that this racketeering and all, they've been watching this man for a little while, but also that has been that's kind of the pattern. Because people, and I get it, a lot of people have been sitting here, they want to say, what about the white men who do blah, blah, blah? What about the white men who do blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, and as much as I can sit here and just roll my eyes about the show in general, the fact that Melissa Ford shut those men up who did this exact thing, she shut them up and they changed the subject. She was like, girl, no, we're not going to do this. Because you know what's really funny? Do you know when it comes to Black women and sexual assault, because of proximity, who do you think are predators and abusers are? And what do you think they look like? So that I mean, I'm sorry. Megan said the quiet part out loud that Black women already know. The reason why she lied about Tory, she said, and I quote, I didn't want to put another Black man in jail. The only reason why um Tory Lanez is in jail is not because Megan pushed it. She lied to the police that night. Tori decided to make jokes. She said, "Have you?" She literally looked like she got on her live and said, "You shot me." She also put on IG story pictures of basically he was trying to make it seem like she was lying, and she was like, "Really? I'm lying." And then the minute that she did that IG live, the state of California realized a they have a cooperative witness because they were just waiting, chomping at the bit. So the thing about it is, dear Black men who do this shit, stop playing with Black women, please. Because one, the reason why California came out here, because they figured out, oh, wait, we got a witness now. Because to be very clear, if this wouldn't have happened, because I don't think he would have shot at Kylie Jenner. He knew better. He'd have been in jail that night and he wouldn't have gotten out. Let's be very clear. So anyway, sure can. Thank you. So there's that. Brett Favre. Brett Favre is okay. Brett Favre is in court. Brett Favre mentioned during the trial that he's in. Yeah, no. Brett Favre decided to bring up his Parkinson during I think this was, um, so sorry, let me get the exact place. I'm so sorry. So, ba, 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 ba. Brett Favre decided to mention that he has Parkinson's. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Let me hold on. Mhm. Okay, sorry about that. I had to take a call. All right. So Brett Favre, when he was appearing before the House Committee on Ways and Means on Capitol Hill in late September, because I don't know if y'all remember this, but he was involved in a scheme, not that Todd cooked up, to bring, bring Candy to bullshit, but he basically defrauded the poorest state in the Union, Mississippi, and stole welfare funds to build a volleyball court for his daughter in some random ass school in that state. I'm saying random ass. I'm sorry if I offend anybody who goes to school where this thing is, but it's like, girl, you're stealing money from people on welfare. You're Brett fucking Favre. You could have literally did a. Okay, can I say this? You could have done like a not a GoFundMe, but you could have like raised the funds or given the funds yourself. Never mind. But during this, before speaking before the House, because hello, he mentions he has Parkinson's disease. And I noticed saying that they're like, during the meeting, or I don't know if it's a meeting or trial, just he mentioned his Parkinson's. I was like, what is that? So basically, you're mentioning this as if that has anything to do with you stealing. What does that have to do with anything? Has anybody checked on Michael J. Fox? Let me know if he scammed anyone. I'm pretty sure that has nothing to do with it. The guy who played the older lifeguard on Baywatch, if you watch like the I guess the life, I don't know if it's called Life After Baywatch. It's on Hulu. It's actually really good. Um, I think he's playing. I don't remember his name. God, but he was the oldest one. He was a real lifeguard. That man shot Baywatch on the weekend and went to work. That man had a real 9 to 5. He had a corporate job still. Um, he has Parkinson's. That man could barely walk, but he can surf. So sometimes people help him to get to the water. I think that's amazing. But again, what does you having Parkinson's have to do with scamming? Nothing. I don't feel sorry for you. And getting Parkinson's is not karma. So I'm not going to say karma never forgets an address. I'm not going to say that. Getting Parkinson's is not karma. But how extremely white of you to actually mention, well, I have Parkinson's. What does it got to do with you stealing? And I want to know who's on this committee because why ain't nobody said that to him? Because I'm like, okay, I have a question. What does that have to do with anything? What does you scamming have to do with anything? Tom Girardi from who was Erica Girardi's ex-husband, that man is demented. That has nothing to do with what he did by stealing and scamming. So if it ain't gonna work for him, it damn sure ain't gonna work for Brett. Sidebar, I used to always say Brett Favre. And I'm like, oh, it's Favre. I had no idea. Because one, I had only seen the name. I always seen the name. I had never seen anybody pronounce it until I heard him pronounce it. Um, so then, oh, now here I am thinking that Erin Andrews is going to be who I think she is, and she's not going to. But the current quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love, he missed 2 games for knee injury, and so he came back in week 4 in a home game, and he was wearing a Favre jersey. That Favre was number 4. Erin Andrews wrote, "Love it." Now, if Brett Favre was not disgraced because he stole welfare funds or was involved in stealing welfare funds from Um, People in Mississippi, I would say fine. But when I tell you how tone deaf that kind of is, it's like, okay, girl, let me just move on. Let me just move on to another white man being exactly who he's always been. And I can say that no matter much how much I loved him on The Marvelous Miss Maisel, no matter much how I loved him in the first Shazam, no matter how much I enjoyed him as Entangled, Zachary Levi has literally slowly but surely been demonstrating this ascension to where he is right now. Yeah, not surprised. So the quiet part is that, a few years ago he was talking about like being a nice guy and, I'm nice and basically getting put in the friend zone. Um he's like, I was so nice and funny, but none of the girls wanted me. And it's like, um, you can be the nice guy and the girls can nicely say, don't want nothing to do with you. But this week, Lord, in the last week or so, um, the man who was at an event that that he moderated with former Republican candidate Robert F. Kennedy and former Democratic Representative Tulsi Gabbard. He decided to publicly endorse Donald Trump for the president. And I am going now. I'm going to say this. I'm going to read the exact quote. I'll let you know if it sounds like he is endorsing it. Kind of does. Here's the deal. If you weren't endorsing him, you would have straightened that out by now, and he has not. So seemingly is what it is. Here's the direct quote. Where in a perfect world, whatever that would look like, perhaps I would have voted for Bobby, but we don't live in a perfect world. Yeah, he was on his live and he was talking about how much Bobby Kennedy is like what America needs. I don't know if that's true. Anyway, but we don't live in a perfect world. In fact, we live in a very broken one. We live in a country that has been hijacked by a lot of people who want to take this place off the cliff. Mm-hmm. And we want to stop that, right? We're here to make sure that we're going to take back this country. Back from where? We are going to make it great again. Oh my God. We are going to make it healthy again. And so I stand with Bobby and I stand with Tulsi and I stand with everyone else who's standing with President Trump because I do believe of the two choices that we have, and we only have two. Oh my gosh, I did not know this was the whole quote. But I do believe of the two choices that we have, and we only have two, Donald Trump, President Trump is the man that can get us there. Girl, I did not know this was the clip because I know people have said it. But my God, there is no confusion. Yes, he did. And I'm sitting here like Zachary Levi Pugh, because his last name is not Levi, Levi, his middle name. There is a woman on TikTok who is literally busted his ass about his name. Yeah. When I tell you, I think people are like, oh, he's not doing career suicide. Um, yeah, endorsing Donald Trump may not be suicide. Doing this Harold and the Purple Crayon movie, that should be the damn career suicide. Because I want to know why you would literally say, yes, let me go do this movie about a adult Harold and his purple crayon. Who the fuck asked for this? Not one damn person. So I'm sorry, did we run out of little bald head little white boys that could have been done this movie? Did we run out? Whose bright idea was this? Because I want to shake them. This girl, why would you do this to Harold in a purple crayon? Disgusting. Yeah, but yeah. And you know what's funny? Exactly. The thing matters when it comes down to things like this, yeah, exactly that will be just fine. As a what? As a straight cis, as a cishet white man, in America and you're conventionally attractive, you, nope. So this is preliminary. When Cookimus Maximus joins the show, we're gonna talk about this a little bit more. Because when I tell you I'm so tired of white men cooking, because folks like Zachary Levi, they are doing this thing where they act like equality is a pie and not an ocean. They act like equality is a pie. If somebody else gets more or gets to their level, that means they're decreasing something. Girl, shut up. Zachary Levi has been steadily on this rise. I mean, he with the whole, a nice guy was friend zone. He also seemingly is an anti-vaxxer. I think he was on Joe Rogan's podcast and somebody else's podcast that is problematic. Can't think off the top of my head. So yeah, this is kind of like he he's been up. Um, he's been on this trajectory for quite some time, and now we're coming down the hill. It's like a um winning roller coaster, and now we're over the hump, and now we're on. Here we go, some more loops. Girl, shut up. Yeah, not surprised by this, but the thing about it is, I said this years ago. Me not being surprised does not mean I'm not disappointed. You could be unsurprised and disappointed at the exact same time. So yeah, just awful. So time to put in the button. This has been the Mocha Minutes podcast. Oh, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. I will be back hopefully soon with Cookimus Maximus. All right, guys. Bye.